Have you ever wondered how it all began, the story of mankind, according to the Quran and Islam? In the grand tapestry of time, the first thread we come across is that of Adam, the first prophet, and also considered the first human being. According to Islamic tradition, Adam's creation was a divine act, a marvel that marked the beginning of human life. He was formed from clay, a humble substance, but within him, the breath of God was infused, making him a living, sentient being, capable of thought, feeling and belief. Adam's life began in paradise, a place of perfect peace and abundance. Here he lived in harmony with all of creation, experiencing the divine presence in a direct, unmediated way. But paradise was not just a place of tranquility, it was also a place of learning. Adam was taught the names of all things, a knowledge that signified his unique position as a creature endowed with reason and understanding. Yet even in paradise there was a presence that sought to disrupt this harmony. This was Satan who, out of pride, refused to bow to Adam and harbored resentment towards him. Through a series of events, Satan managed to lead Adam and Eve astray, causing them to eat from the forbidden tree. This act resulted in their fall from paradise, marking the beginning of human existence on earth. This event, often referred to as the fall of Adam, is not merely a tale of disobedience, it's a story of human vulnerability, the susceptibility to fallibility, and the capacity for repentance. For after their fall, Adam and Eve were not abandoned. Instead, they were guided, taught the words of repentance and promised that guidance would always come to them. The story of Adam and Eve sets the stage for humanity's journey, a journey filled with trials, tribulations, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. And so, the saga of mankind began, a tale of hope and redemption, of seeking divine mercy and striving for righteousness, a journey that continues to this day. In the aftermath of Adam and Eve's fall, humanity began to lose its way. But what happens when divine intervention comes in the form of a great flood? Enter the era of Prophet Noah, a beacon of light in a world succumbing to darkness. Noah, bestowed with divine wisdom, was tasked with a monumental mission to steer his people back onto the path of righteousness. His words echoed through the valleys and over the hills, a call to abandon their misguided ways and return to the worship of one true God. But alas, his pleas fell on deaf ears. His people, entrenched in their worldly desires, dismissed his warnings, ridiculing him and his message of unity and divine worship. Yet Noah's resolve never wavered. His faith, as steady as a rock, stood firm against the tide of mockery and disbelief. As the years rolled on, Noah received a divine revelation, a stern warning of an impending calamity, a great flood that would cleanse the earth of its corruption. It was time for Noah to undertake the colossal task of building an ark, an enormous vessel that would shelter those who believed in his message. With unwavering faith, Noah and his followers embarked on this daunting task. Day by day, plank by plank, the ark began to take shape, a symbol of hope amidst the sea of scorn from the disbelievers. Then came the day when the heavens opened, and a relentless deluge began to engulf the earth. Noah, his family, and the believers, along with a pair of each creature, sought refuge in the ark. The world outside was washed away, a stark reminder of the consequences for turning away from divine guidance. As the waters receded, a new dawn broke. The ark settled on Mount Judy, and those aboard set foot on a cleansed earth. The story of Noah, a testament to the power of faith and persistence, had etched itself into the annals of history. The story of Noah serves as a reminder of the power of faith and the consequences of turning away from divine guidance. Imagine challenging your entire society's beliefs, standing alone against the tide. Could you do it? This was the life of Prophet Abraham. Prophet Abraham, born in a society deeply engrossed in idol worship, witnessed this and questioned the rationale behind the practice. With a heart full of conviction and a mind that sought the truth, he embarked on an extraordinary journey of faith, a journey that would lead him to establish monotheism, the belief in one God. Abraham's life was not one of comfort or ease. He faced trials and tribulations that would have broken many, but his faith in the one true God remained unshaken. His challenge against idol worship was met with hostility and threats, yet he remained firm in his belief. He was even thrown into a blazing fire by his own people, but his unwavering faith and trust in God saved him, and he emerged unscathed. His journey wasn't just a personal one, it was a journey that would change the course of human history. He moved from his homeland, traveled far and wide, spreading the message of monotheism wherever he went. His teachings became the foundation for three of the world's largest religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Abraham's legacy is one that has withstood the test of time. His life story serves as an inspiration for billions around the world. His absolute faith in God, his courage to stand against societal norms, and his commitment to spreading the message of monotheism have made him a revered figure in multiple faiths. He is not just a prophet, but also a symbol of unwavering faith and resilience. His life is a testament to the power of belief and the strength of the human spirit. His story is a reminder that faith can move mountains, that one person can change the course of history, and that it's never too late to stand up for what you believe in. Through his unwavering belief in one God, Abraham laid the foundation for monotheism and left a legacy that continues to this day. What if you were chosen to stand up against a tyrant to lead your people to freedom? This was the mission of Prophet Moses. Prophet Moses, known as Musa in the Quran, was born into a time of oppression. The Pharaoh of Egypt had issued a decree to kill all newborn Israelite boys, fearing the prophecy of a child who would overthrow him. But Moses' mother, guided by divine inspiration, set her infant son adrift on the Nile River, trusting in a higher power to keep him safe. In a twist of fate, the baby Moses was found by the Pharaoh's wife, who was moved by his innocence. She convinced her husband to raise him as their own, so Moses grew up within the walls of the palace, oblivious to his true heritage and the plight of his people. But as he matured, Moses began to question the injustices he saw. One day, in an act of defiance against an Egyptian taskmaster, Moses accidentally killed him. Fearing retribution, he fled into the desert, where he lived as a shepherd for many years. Then came the turning point. At Mount Sinai, Moses encountered a burning bush that was not consumed by the fire. From this miraculous sight, he heard the voice of God, commanding him to return to Egypt and free the Israelites. Returning to confront Pharaoh, Moses demonstrated God's power through a series of miracles, culminating in the 10 plagues that devastated Egypt. Yet, it was not until the death of every firstborn Egyptian that Pharaoh finally relented, allowing the Israelites to leave. Guided by God, Moses led his people out of Egypt, through the parted Red Sea and towards the Promised Land. Along the way, they received the 10 Commandments at Mount Sinai, a moral code that continues to guide billions around the world today. The story of Moses is a testament to the power of faith, courage, and divine guidance in the face of oppression and tyranny. The tale of Prophet Moses is not just a tale of liberation but also one of spiritual awakening and steadfast belief in the face of overwhelming odds. What if you were born to bring a message of love, peace, and redemption to a world in turmoil? This was the mission of Prophet Jesus. In the grand tapestry of the Quran's narratives, the story of Jesus, known as Isa in Arabic, stands out. Not for its spectacle, but for its profound message of love and peace. Born miraculously to the Virgin Mary, his birth was a sign of God's boundless power and grace. He was destined for greatness, but not as a king or a warrior, but as a messenger of divinity and love. His teachings, as captured in the Quran, were simple yet profound. He spoke of kindness, compassion, and forgiveness. He urged his followers to care for the poor, the sick, and the downtrodden. He taught them to love their neighbors as they would themselves, to repay evil with kindness, and to seek peace in all things. Above all else, he called for monotheism, the worship of one true God. But Jesus' message was not just in his words, it was in his deeds. The Quran recounts the miracles he performed, signs of his divine mission. He healed the sick, gave sight to the blind, and even brought the dead back to life. But these miracles were not for show or personal gain. They were acts of mercy, demonstrations of God's love for humanity. They were reminders that with faith, nothing is impossible. His life was a testament to the power of love and peace. Even when faced with persecution and adversity, he did not yield to hatred or violence. He remained steadfast, a beacon of tranquility amidst the storm. In a world often mired in conflict and despair, Jesus' message shines like a ray of hope. It reminds us that love is stronger than hate, that peace is possible, and that redemption is within our grasp if we have faith and strive for goodness. Jesus' message of love, compassion, and peace resonates to this day, a beacon of light in a world that often seems consumed by darkness. What if you were chosen to deliver the final message of God to mankind? This was the mission of Prophet Muhammad. Born in the city of Mecca, Muhammad lived a modest life. His integrity and honesty earned him the respect of his community, even before he began his prophetic journey. In his 40th year, Muhammad started receiving revelations. These divine messages, conveyed by the angel Gabriel, would later form the Quran, the holy book of Islam. Muhammad's message was simple, yet profound. He preached monotheism, the belief in one God, and called for social justice, equality, and compassion. His teachings were revolutionary for the time, challenging the existing social order and traditions. This led to opposition and persecution from those who felt threatened by his message. Undeterred, Muhammad and his followers held steadfast to their faith. The situation in Mecca became so dire that they had to migrate to the city of Medina. This journey, known as the Hijra, marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. In Medina, Muhammad established a community based on the principles of justice, mutual respect, and unity. His leadership transformed the city into a thriving society, attracting people from all walks of life. His influence extended beyond the city limits, and soon, the message of Islam spread across the Arabian Peninsula. The life of Muhammad is a testament to his unwavering faith and commitment. Despite numerous challenges, he remained steadfast in delivering the message he was entrusted with. His teachings continue to inspire millions around the world, shaping their values and guiding their lives. His story is not just about the birth of a new religion, it's about the power of faith to bring about social change. It's about the courage to stand up for what is right, even in the face of adversity. And it's about the enduring message of peace, justice, and equality that he championed. The story of Muhammad is a testament to the power of faith, perseverance, and the pursuit of justice. It marks the culmination of the prophetic tradition in Islam. So, what can we learn from the stories of these prophets? Each prophet's tale carries a unique lesson, yet they all converge on universal values that remain relevant today. From Adam's creation, we learn about the inception of humanity, and the profound responsibility that comes with free will. Noah's narrative teaches us about faith and resilience in the face of adversity, while the story of Abraham, the father of monotheism, exemplifies courage and unyielding devotion to God. The deliverance of the Israelites led by Moses illustrates the power of patience and trust in God's plan. From Jesus, the messenger of love and peace, we learn about compassion and forgiveness. And finally, Muhammad, the seal of the prophets, embodies the complete surrender to God's will, demonstrating the essence of Islam. These stories remind us of our shared human journey, our struggles, and our potential for greatness when we align ourselves with divine guidance. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting content. May peace be upon you.